Preserving the Peace 101. Let me say it this way. Win people, not arguments. We are not called, Calvary, to win arguments. We are called to win people. Be preservative yourselves, Jesus says. Preserve the peace. I'm talking about the word of your testimony this morning. Did you know that we have an enemy? And it's not each other. And as we talk about being salt, as we talk about our conversations, the words, the grace, being full of grace, being full of salt, our conversations, let me remind you the power of salt. The power of salt is in its presence. Are you present? If you're present this morning, would you say amen? But here's the cool thing, it doesn't stop here, because if the salt stayed in the church, see, if you and I stay inside, see, the power of what you and I do is in our presence as we preserve the peace. But see, preserving the peace isn't just about coming to church on a Sunday morning. That's right here. Preserving the peace is when at the end of service I say, has the Lord done anything in your heart? Go and what? Tell. Use your words, church. And be preservative yourselves as you preserve the peace in a city that so needs it. See, the power of salt is in its presence. And let me remind you that presence, salt doesn't, have you ever heard salt even talk? That's just something to think about. Maybe all you need to do is listen. Maybe all you and I need to do this morning is I get excited and start sweating because I'm so passionate about the words of Jesus. Maybe the best thing you and I can do this week is preserve the peace, is be present, not argue our way, not win the argument, win people. And the last time I checked, the greatest way to win somebody is seek first to understand, then be understood. We got to listen, church. We need to put on our listening ears and be present with people. Ask more questions than give solutions and answers. I'm talking about being preservative. I'm talking about adding flavor and preserving the peace. And we can start today right at lunch, right? As we salt our food. We can start there. As we tell, we go, we listen, we're present. We have an enemy, and the enemy wants nothing more than to divide us. He wants nothing more than to keep us all safe. Keep us safe inside the church. We're not going to spread out. We're not going to address issues. We're going to stay safe in the four walls. I want to encourage you this morning, the power of salt is in its presence when we go. We begin to add salt, and we begin to be present and preserve the peace. I'm talking about the words of your testimony. I'm talking about Jesus.